him the Purple Cross.
Well,
He told me that. Now, I don't know if this starts to run in the family a little bit, but your dad, my brother, liars.
I know. Okay, Bear Creek.
Don't believe a word
Creek?
they say.
Do you guys know how Bear Creek was named?
Who fought the bear there?
Uncle Jack, Uncle
Both
George,
fought
and my
bears
dad,
there?
and
Okay.
they scared the clothes off of them, and it became Bear Creek.
Yep.
Because he was bear.
Bear naked.
I'm glad you believe that.
I do. My dad told me so.
Well, I know, but see, we have to go to Tina.
Oh, okay.
Remember those
Tina has a
stories?
childhood story.
Sure. Okay, so my dad had this light blue van, and every day I would wait for him to come home from work, and
Stalker
it'd be
van.
about 5:20, and I would know he's about getting close. I'd get my skateboard, I'd go up to the corner of Gas Point, and my dad would roll down the window, and I'd get on the skateboard and hold on to the wing mirror, and we would go all the way home down Gas Point, down Charles Street, and we would get to the driveway, and he'd tap the brake, so I would go really fast. But one particular day, I just went school clothes shopping with my mom, so I had on new pants, and that just happened to be the one time that I fell. So now my mom's mad at my dad because I ruined my new clothes. So we couldn't do that anymore. We just probably had to go on another street to do that. So
Yeah.
probably wouldn't do it today. Thank you for not doing that with Jolie. But
Tina, I gave you the van.
I know.
Why didn't you
I
buy
wish
her
I
some new
had it.
pants?
Years later, I gave it to her.
Yeah.
Jolie?
No, I just went to her house
Yeah, I'm
and
not.
my sad face on and said, Tina, I was getting ready to jump the van out. That's how bad it was. And I had the pink slip. And I go, Tina, I just got to tell you that I can't afford to buy you a Christmas gift this year. Things are really rough at the shop. And I really feel bad about this, but I know you love the van, so here, you can have the van. And she looks, and now she's thinking, is he serious? I mean, what am I supposed to say? You know, I mean, I better give him a big hug and thank him because he's almost got tears in his eyes. And then I finally started laughing. But she thought she was going to own that van.
Yep.
But she never did really take it.
That's that.
Is that the look? Jolie? No. Is that Evelyn? Childhood story?
No.
How about when you borrowed my car? I was married.
Got Rick over here.
Rick? We're doing stories from the childhood.
Okay. Does it have to be how far back?
When were you a child? A long time ago, so it's got to be way back. It's got to be way back.
Wait a minute now.
You can do any story you want.
Okay.
Childhood
Well,
memory.
let's see. One of my favorite childhood memories is when you and Bert and Grandpa all lived with us. And that was my favorite time because we all had like the best Christmas ever. And Bert used to take me in Mom and Dad's car and make me promise that I wouldn't squeal on him if, he got a little crazy on the corners or, do a little clutch dropping. So that was my favorite times. And, I didn't want that to end. When you guys moved, I was like, man, they got to go. I mean, the house was plenty big for them. And you guys ended up finally moving. But going to your motorcycle races, that was pretty cool back in the day.
Yeah.
Your orange Ford.
Oh, yeah.
Your orange Ford you had in front of the house, which Barbara Walmack said looked like a pumpkin, and just stuff like that. But you guys really made the childhood kind of cool in them days. All of us together, I liked it.
What house
So,
was that?
that was my good days.
Was that the Richmond house?
San Pablo.
Okay.
It was the lady
Your
next
friend
to
Jack.
introduced her.
Oh.
All right, Leola.
My mother was very strict. She wouldn't let me go to ball games or go
Date men.
date
Boys.
because I couldn't. So I decided I was gonna sneak off, and I got Jack and I.
Your friend Jack.
My friend Jack, my boyfriend at the time. And boy, was he handsome. Anyhow, we got to clowning around, and he pushed me in the water, in the pool. And when I come home, Mother asked me how I got wet, and I says, "Oh, I just fell in," and I had to just. She made me stay home for a month or so, or whatever.
Grounded you.
And she grounded me.
And tell them that she used to set you up with ugly boys so you wouldn't
Oh
marry
yeah, my
Jack.
my mother didn't want me to date, so she found the ugliest boys, and my mother made me go out with them.
Oh my goodness.
But that ended when I found Jack, and we fell in love. And the worst part is when he was
Jack.
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 Yeah.
And she
When
made you
when
break
we
up
were older and dating, Jack got
A disease. Oh. It's okay. He got sick and died.
Oh. Did
A
you know
friend of
Jack?
hers. You
Nope.
remember her?
No?
No, he wasn't born
I'm-
yet.
You know him?
I'm younger than her.
Yes.
I am younger than her.
Yes, he is.
Are you
Thought
the
it-
oldest
I'm
grandchild?
not bragging.
No, I am not the oldest
I'm just-
grandchild.
just letting the facts out
David
there.
is David, or who's the oldest grandchild actually? David and
David and
Sherry
David.
Are, yeah,
There's
they're
two
before
Davids.
us.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
2 Davids and Sherry before
Who's
me.
the other
Yeah.
David?
So that
Jack's son, David.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
You know,
But go ahead.
I was going to say that all of us, you know, us cousins, all of our aunts, we could go over there every weekend. We were at one of our aunts or uncle's house. And I think that the reason this family is close is because of that. You know, it was Aunt Marna's house or Uncle Jack's house. Someone's house we were at every weekend, you know, for most of our life.
Yeah.
What we used to do. Oh, finish.
No,
I'm kidding.
Jeff,
I'm done
Jeff
now.
was in middle, and I just turned away.
Go ahead. It's all right.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
I'm done.
You done?
I'm done.
I did remember one other
We're not
thing,
talking
Rodney.
right now.
Yeah.
You're later.
Okay.
No, but we did. Yeah, Jeff was right though. Jeff, we used to share a lot of time with Aunt Marna and Eddie and Frankie, and Mom would take us to a lot of trips. We either went to Niles Canyon camping as kids and swim in Niles Canyon. A lot of us remember Niles Canyon. And I remember one trip Aunt Marna and Mom took us up to the state capitol. We went to the old fort downtown there, Sutter's Fort. And then on the way back, there's that restaurant with the rock candy. We used to get that. And I remember that big pencil I got with that.
remember rock candy.
Yeah.
And which one
and
of
we
you used to beat us with the broomstick when we were little? I
But
think it was
those-
Aunt Martha.
I
You
will
hit him with
beat
a stick?
the hell out of you if you don't be
She
quiet.
never beat me with the broomstick. Never. She would.
Because you were a fairy princess.
I was at Marna when we lived in Red Bluff. I got to tell this. When we lived in Red Bluff, we had this patio that was upstairs of my dad's shop below, and Aunt Marna sat in this big chair, and she said she was the queen. And so she would have me and Nikki come in line, and I don't remember what happened to Nikki at all, but it was all about me because she took her fairy princess wand and tapped it on both of my shoulders and dubbed me the princess.
Oh.
I'll never forget that. I will never
You
forget
got
that.
angel dust, and we got the broomstick.
That's because you were the Hendrix. Exactly.
I think Frankie had a little bit to do with that.
Yeah,
Had a great time.
still remember that trip.
We had told you we were gonna go to
Disneyland, yeah.
And so we go into Oakland, and there's all kinds of lights on the side of the freeway, and I said, there it is, honey, but we can't get in, the gates are closed. We'll take you to Disneyland the next time we go to the state capitol. He always believed it.
That was quick thinking right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, we love them kids.
We had some great
So
times.
Rod,
Yes, we
one
have.
of the things I remember, since I am 4 months older than you,
Yes, you are.
is as children or younger children, we were always together, always. And I used to remember that Grandma and Mom would bathe us in Oakland in the back room in
Together?
those double sinks in the back room, and we'd each have our own sink to be in, but we would be playing
Be
in
in
those
or pee in?
things. Yeah, well, but that about that house, and there was something else about it, but we would always be together as kids until we were like almost teenagers, and then we got, everybody went their separate ways and stuff. But that I remember as a child.
Okay, your turn, Ronald.
Let me hold it.
Rodney.
Rodney.
Wrong one.
Let me hold it for
We
you.
gotta introduce
No. So,
Rick's
Rick's
girlfriend
wife.
too.
oh yeah, we didn't.
How to introduce her.
Go ahead.
You gotta introduce.
just have
My
to
better
introduce
half,
Your better half.
Liza Silva.
Hello.
And you met her?
Actually, we went on vacation together. The first time I met her, and she was married, and I was married, and we were just friends then. We didn't really know each other, and I thought she was pretty nice and stuff. And she got in trouble one day there.
Not with him.
Not with him. No.
I was happily
She got in
married.
trouble. She was. She got in trouble at the swimming pool. I remember he's like, man, she got in trouble. And
Really?
after a while, we kind of met through some friends and stuff, and we just
Several years
Yeah,
later.
several years later. I was already divorced. I was divorced
Tina.
about 8 or 9 years, and she split up with her husband. She was separate for about a year or two, and then we kind of started being friends, and then next thing you know, here we are. 10
With
years
a love
later.
story.
10 years later.
Significant others.
Yeah, significant other, yeah.
Others.
But
Well, thanks for making him better, Liza.
oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can't ask for more now. I'm happy.
And I'm very blessed to be a part of this family. You guys are
Yeah,
all
she called me up.
wonderful.
Actually, Mark called me up to ask me some questions about a Corvette, and he goes, here, and he hands it to her. And I thought,
And
okay.
Mark says, Rick Boyer's on the phone, and I said, I don't have anything to say to him. I don't know.
She got the phone anyhow. But that's kind of a plus. She does have a Corvette, and that worked out pretty good. And it's blue. I love blue.
I was gonna say, so tell us about the Corvette.
Yeah. But we both still have ours, and they're all good. We're side by side in the garage.
Well, and
And,
one of the things that we have found out once we started seeing each other is we both have a love for cars. And
Right.
just
Now RVing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now getting with families.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
so.
it's good. Very blessed.
brought
You
me
guys
into
are
the world
all
of RVing.
very, very special people.
Oh yeah.
Well, thanks for being a part of the family.
It's an
Absolutely.
honor to be here.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, she'll be around a long time.
Oh, you're
Good.
the rod out. I'll hold it for you.
Oh,
Come on.
all right. So I'll go up here and sit by this girl.
Yes, because we need to hear that story.
It's an easy story, simple. We liked this music from a group called The People, and they had a song going on at the time, and they were having
Village People?
No, just The People, and they had a song that was the top song on the radio at the time, and so my friend Bob and I went to the Southland Mall, and out in front of Walgreens, where the bird cages were, was Evelyn and her friend Donna, and Bob went to school with Evelyn and Donna. I was at San Lorenzo and they were at Sunset. So we talked for 10 minutes and we went and bought our tickets, and I don't know if I said it, Bob said it, or whatever, said, well, we'll see you guys at the concert, because they were buying tickets for the concert also. So at that point, we went out and Bob and I got in the van and we were driving home, my dad's van. We were driving home and I said, tell me about that girl, Evelyn. Is she the kind of girl that you would think is a good girl? And he said, yeah. I think I'm going to marry that girl. And so one of these days I plan to. And when I do, it'll be a good day. But the part that is the most amazing is that we went that week. We went out to the park, and it was a big group of like 100 people. Graduation day at the school, and we kind of hung out for a little bit. And then about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, we were talking about that, having a good laugh over it. And I said, so what would you do if I would have, did you like me back then? Because it was like 4 years before she liked me. And she goes, yeah. I go, well, what would you have done if I would have given you a kiss? And she said, oh, I'd have kissed you back. And all these years, I wasted those 4 years. I did not have a clue that this girl liked me until like 4 years into our relationship. So that's my story. I ended up, we moved that day. I went home and told Dad that I would get straight A's and I'd be an honor student if we moved from a different school, because San Lorenzo sucked. And so we went, it did. So we moved to Sunset, and I ended up graduating with honors, and just because of this one.
And they wrestling scholarship, or didn't you get a wrestling scholarship or something?
Yep.
And you are still doing it.
I'm still doing it.
Yes.